Yeah, so I'm back with my crazy ramblings. Made a video saying how anime YouTubers these days are not reviewers but they are fanboys. A bunch of fanboys showed up and told me, no, you are wrong, they are legit reviewers and you are just a salty hater. So I made a video proving that no, these guys are actually fanboys. They will literally worship shit. Like One Piece chapter 1044 was the worst chapter in One Piece history. That single chapter divided the fanbase more than any other chapter in 25 years. And all these guys could do is hype and scream and yell with excitement. And I exposed that. I showed clips of them jumping and hyping and screaming. Just like a bunch of fanboys. But now I am wondering, maybe all these guys are just actors, pretending to be hyped. Because at the end of the day, when it came to Fairy Tail, they were absolutely brutal when it came to Fairy Tail. They called out every plot hole, they mentioned that it makes no sense that characters all of a sudden became stronger, that the main villain was defeated so easily. You know the same things that I'm saying right now about One Piece. I'm wondering how is it possible that in Fairy Tail they saw all the flaws, all the issues, but with One Piece it's perfect. Worst chapter in 25 years and oh my god, so hype, best chapter ever made according to them. Now what I'm gonna do in this video is very simple. I found the most brutal clips from Taking King of Lightning and For Never World, where they absolutely tear Fairy Tail apart. And every single time they mention a bullshit power up, I will mention One Piece. Every single time they mention a character with broken bones being able to fight, I will mention Zoro with broken bones being able to defeat a Yonko commander. Every time they mention a strong villain being defeated easily, I will mention how Kaido was defeated by complete bullshit power up that came out of nowhere. Another interesting thing is that when I started searching for their videos about Fairy Tail, For Never World, King of Lightning, all these guys made like 5 videos about Fairy Tail just to hate on it. Like what's up with that? Yet they can't do a single video about One Piece. I mean King of Lightning finally did a video. He did the video 7 months late and he was very soft spoken in that video. I mean look at the Fairy Tail rant video, he was cursing, he was screaming, he was saying Fairy Tail more like fairy fail. But in One Piece rant video he was like, I can understand that some people don't like it, but I personally loved it. Then there's Tekking101. Tekking has never made a Fairy Tail review, he reviewed Bleach and after that One Piece. Yet he decided to shit on Fairy Tail just like everyone else for some reason. Even though he never even reviewed it. So I find it kind of weird. Like did For Never World, King of Lightning, Taking all these guys get together and decide that we're all gonna take a massive dump on this series at the same time. Anyways, let's go. Okay, so this is going to be a 3-part series and Tekking101 is going to be the first guy I will expose as a hypocrite. Because out of all these guys, he was my favorite, so he deserves the number 1 spot. And the reason why it's going to be a 3-part series is because if I have to make this video reacting to King of Lightning, Taking, For Never World, this video will be over an hour long. And most people will not finish it. So it's better to make separate videos for separate YouTubers. Okay, so Taking's video has very poor audio quality. And that's because he made this video in the middle of the night when his parents were sleeping. So he had to whisper during the entire time. And that's why his audio quality was terrible. And no, I am not joking, he will actually admit it at the beginning of his video. Okay, so here's what happened. Taking was reading Fairy Tail in the middle of the night. And he was so angry, he could not wait for the morning to come. So during the night, he went to his closet, he found the best looking suit, he went in front of a camera, wearing his best suit, in the middle of the night, and then he had to whisper the entire time not to wake up his parents because he was so angry. He had to get the chapter out right away. And he starts his video by saying that this is not a review, I'm just angry.
Okay. First off, I should say, this is not a chapter review of Fairy Tail. This is more of a discussion. I'm bringing this up now because there's inevitably going to be somebody in the comments that's going to say something like, you know, this isn't a review, you're just bashing the chapter or whatever. Okay, that's the point, because this chapter is worth so much bashing, okay?
This chapter is worth so much bashing, okay? So like One Piece chapter 1043, chapter 1044, and chapter 1049. I think those chapters were worth bashing. But did you bash them? No, you were... Well, let's play the clip. Let's play the clip of Tekking101, the critical One Piece YouTuber, the critical anime guy. So angry about Fairy Tail, has to wake up in the middle of the night. Let's play the clip of him, how he acted to One Piece turning into complete bullshit.
Make sure you belt yourself into your chair because you might shoot off into the stratosphere by the end of it. All right, is that good? Does that work? Okay, let's do that. All right, One Piece chapter 1044 review titled Warrior of Liberation. Also, new rule on the channel. Whenever there's a chapter that is super hyper maximum hype, this one qualifies.
These battles have been... yeah, they've been shit. I mean, the actual battle matchups are good, the artwork is fantastic, but just the pacing is just god-awful. And
the pacing of Fairy Tail is god-awful. First of all, Tekking, don't take the god's name in vain. You shall be punished by the Lord shall punish you. But also, have you seen how many chapters Wano arc was? Like 150. Is that not god-awful?
you know, if I actually had time to think about it and consider all their strengths, yeah, sure, I could totally see Loxus defeating Jura. But it's just the pacing. It's just terrible. It's like one chapter. You don't do that. Now, if it was like when I think Loxus versus Jura, I think like the town exploding in a massive sea of just like earth and volcanic magma and freaking lightning. I just don't see like a couple of fists and then Loxus just shoots a lightning, like I think it was like Thunder Roar or something, and Jura loses. I don't see that. That's not how it's done.
Okay, so I have no idea what he's even talking about. I have never seen Fairy Tail. I never cared about Fairy Tail. But what I find funny is, you don't do that. You don't just defeat an enemy in one chapter. The same way that Zoro defeated King in one chapter. So King was revealed as a Lunarian, and next chapter he is defeated.
Everyone's been defeated. All the members of Sabretooth were defeated. Orga. Oh god, I have to go on a tangent here about Orga. Just the whole thing with Orga, I feel completely betrayed and cheated on, because ever since the beginning of the ever since we've learned about Sabretooth, like, you know, Fairy Tail's been gone for 7 years, and, well, the main members of Fairy Tail have been gone for 7 years, and this mysterious new guild arose, and then we got Orga, like, shooting, like, he's the freaking, like, the first day, we pretty much learned, I mean, it wasn't stated, but we pretty much learned he was the Lightning God Slayer with the Black Lightning, and as soon as we saw that, we're like, oh, man, Loxus has got to say, he's got to say something about that shit, and you know, ever since the first day, we've been, anticipating this fight, like Orga versus Loxus, because this is going to happen, right? And it didn't happen. Like, it was going to happen. It was right about to happen. Jura shows up. It's just like, ooh, done. I feel completely betrayed by that, but whatever. Going back to Sting.
Okay, so Tekking got betrayed by some Fairy Tail character called Orago. But you know what? I got betrayed by Tekking101 and all these anime YouTuber scumbags. And the reason why I call them scumbags is very simple. They know how to be critical. I made this video to prove that these guys are not idiots. They know garbage when they see garbage. Yet when it came to One Piece, he didn't get betrayed by Kaido, a villain that was built up for a decade, A villain that was supposed to be the strongest enemy the Straw Hats will ever face. Like Kaido was literally introduced as an immortal, unable to die. As someone who never loses against anyone. If it's 1 against 1, he will always win. And then he got defeated because Luffy died, wake up from being dead, turned into a god randomly, and then defeated Kaido very easily. Void with Kaido did jumping rocks, created a nuclear explosion after punching Kaido, because he died and woke up as a god. And Tekking did not get betrayed by such shit, horrible, garbage writing. No, let's play the clip. Let's play the clip again how Tekking acted when Kaido was being absolutely bullied by Luffy.
Make sure you belt yourself into your chair because you might shoot off into the stratosphere by the end of it. All right, is that good? Does that work? Okay, let's do that. All right, One Piece chapter 1044 review titled Warrior of Liberation. Also, new rule on the channel. Whenever there's a chapter that is super hyper maximum hype, this one qualifies.
Okay, so all the other members have been defeated. I'm like, this is where it's gonna go. He's like, he shoots a big beacon into the sky, and he's just like, get over here, Fairy Tail, you know. Everyone's like beaten to shit, you know. Gray's had 2 fights. He's exhausted. Juvie is exhausted. Frickin' Urza has like a broken leg. Freaking Loxus is beat to hell from Jura, and they all just kind of hobble over to his location, and they make a big deal about this because Fairy Tail's in the lead right now, but they make a big deal about how if Sting were to somehow defeat all the members of Fairy Tail, including the leader, Urza, then they would gain enough points for Sabretooth to win. And I'm thinking, oh man, they're making such a big deal about this. This is going to be it. This is going to be a huge thing, right? So we finally get to the thing, and Sting stands up, and he's just like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to... Oh my god. They're staring so intently at me. I can't do it. I can't do it. I surrender. No. 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 No.
Yes, okay. One Piece had the same amount of bullshit in one arc as Fairy Tail. Just like Fairy Tail, all the good guys won against enemies who were like 10 times stronger than them. Like all the good characters got power-ups, all the good characters got awakenings, all the villains, they got defeated. That was One Piece 1 arc. And this guy was like hyping it, acting like, oh my god, best arc ever. But when Fairy Tail pulled the same shit, good guys always have to win no matter what, villains always have to get defeated no matter what, then, well, you saw his reaction. He was, no, you can't do that. Honestly, I miss old Tekking. Like, this new guy, this new Tekking, that's bullshit Tekking. That Tekking sucks. That's a fanboy Tekking. Blind, loyal fanboy, sees no flaws. Unlike the old Tekking that actually did rant videos.
That's not how you do it. That's not how you fucking do it.
Yeah, I agree with Tekking. That's not how you fucking do it. You can't just turn your main character of 25 years into a bullshit god by killing off the main character. A god that was barely mentioned in the show. And then the main character dies, wakes up from being dead, becomes 100 times stronger, and defeats a villain who was one of the strongest characters. You can't fucking do it! Oh wait, he was talking about Fairy Tail. Right, because when it came to One Piece, all he did was, well, let's just play the clip again.
Make sure you belt yourself into your chair because you might shoot off into the stratosphere by the end of it. All right, is that good? Does that work? Okay, let's do that. All right, One Piece chapter 1044 review titled Warrior of Liberation. Also, new rule on the channel. Whenever there's a chapter that is super hyper maximum hype, this one qualifies.